Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us for this Quiltfolk Botanical Block of the Month welcome party. And cheers, because it's World Quilting Day as well.
Hooray!
Yay.
Our favourite day.
Yep.
So, if you haven't met us before, we are your hosts and we're the teachers on the Block of the Month. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Kay.
So whether you might have signed up for this Block of the Month already, you might just be thinking about it, but whatever the case, then we're very glad that you're here and you're going to spend some time with us. It's not the official start of the programme, but it's a nice way to celebrate World Quilting Day, and we are here to, well, share lots with you in the next hour, aren't we?
Yeah.
But also hopefully answer any questions that you might be thinking about if you've signed up or not as well.
Yeah, so we've got a fun-filled hour coming up for you. We've got some absolutely amazing giveaways that you are not going to want to miss.
You're going to be finding out more and hearing from a couple of our special guests who are part of the programme.
We're going to give you a bit of an insight about what we're going to be doing month on month when we start the programme.
And we're going to be talking and showing you as well the hub, which we say in a very Yorkshire accent, don't we? But basically that is the place where usually all of the programme takes place, access all the information and everything, and it's a really wonderful resource, so we'll make sure everybody understands that really well.
Yeah, because you're going to want to keep coming back to that, aren't you? And also we're going to show you the welcome gift that you get when you sign up. So we've got lots and lots of stuff to get through in the next hour.
Yeah, we can see already that there's people watching
and
chatting in the
Chatting
sidebar,
away,
saying hello, so we'll be able to take a look at that. Tell us where you are in the world in the chat. Like I said, well, we're in Yorkshire, in Ilkley, and yeah, it'd be lovely to find out a little bit more.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a challenge for you. We want you to tell us what your favourite flower is, if you've got one or not. We don't have, I know in the States there's a lot of state flowers, aren't there? An official flower probably, and we don't really have that so much here, but we do have a little something, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, in theory we shouldn't really be friends, and we are very good friends by the way, and have been for a long time, because in the War of the Roses we're from opposite ends.
We are. So I was born in Lancashire, and so Lancashire has a rose. This is it. This is the symbol and the flower of Lancashire in the north of England, and it's a red rose, as you can see.
And me, on the other hand, even though all my family, pretty much apart from me and my brother, are from Lancashire, was born in Leeds, and therefore I am Yorkshire, and a white rose is my symbol.
So we should be, like Jenny says, we should be against each other really. There's a whole Lancashire-Yorkshire thing, isn't there, in the north of England. They're divided by some hills called the Pennines, and you're very much on one side or the other. And the boys who are our videographer, editors, everything, that are behind the scenes all the time, and you'll get to know a lot more about them. They were joining in and booing earlier, weren't they? When they've been quiet now.
We're practicing that with those guys.
When it came,
but they're from Yorkshire. They're from Yorkshire, so it's three
against one here from me. And also, so I have a bit of a funny story, don't I? Because when I was very young, got a tattoo of the Lancashire rose, which is red, but this was a very, very long, 30 odd years ago, and it's faded so much it's now kind of white, which my kids think is hilarious because I've moved over to the Yorkshire side, so maybe I can claim to be at least part Yorkshire now.
Yeah, so let us know which flower you love, or if there's one that maybe represents where you're from as well. So this is us, like I say, Jenny, Kay, there's James and Chris here in the UK studio. This is where we teach the Block of the Month from. There's all the crew over in Oregon as well with the magazine that help put the programmes together and tell you guys all about it. But yeah, it's us.
Yeah, it's us four.
and where we work, we'll show you that as well.
Yes, so this is the studio where we work from. We're actually in Jenny's garden, aren't we? So that's what it looks like from the outside, and what's going on behind the scenes on the left there.
Yeah, and that was when my studio was very new, so there wasn't any plants planted in that soil on the right, but there is now. Yes, they're just the spring bulbs are just starting to come out, and at some point in the programme we'll definitely be having a look at that, won't we?
Yeah, we'll get out and about. So Jenny and I are teachers, quilters, dressmakers, and we've written a couple of books, and we've also been working with Quiltfolk for about 6 years now, haven't we?
Yeah, we host their adventure workshop programme where we go off travelling around the world, meeting incredible quilters and telling the stories behind the stitches. And we have run 3 Block of the Month programmes over the years. So one, Patchwork and Prose, obviously inspired by literature and book covers as a launch pad. Break the Rules, which was about being quilting rebels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And embracing imperfection. And Quilt the Decades, which was last year, which we moved from the 1930s together with the International Quilt Museum and looked at quilting and came right up to the present day. So we've learnt a lot, haven't we?
We've learnt a lot, and we've enjoyed lots of, I think probably some of you who are here have been with us on those previous programmes, so thank you if you're back again. And we have a lot of fun, don't we? But we're just going to show you a taste of what they can be like, and this is what happened when we did the Break the Rules.
Welcome to Break the Rules Bomb.
just have a lot lot of laughs and happiness doing it.
Oh, the lovely late Freddie Moran finishing this off at the end, and hopefully from watching that you'll see we have a lot of fun on these programmes, don't we? As yet we haven't actually released previous bombs on demand, as it were, for you to sign up for retrospectively, but it could be something we think about. Let us know in the chat if you would fancy that.
Absolutely. And even though we were breaking the rules then, and we're not necessarily, we like to do it a little bit differently, don't we? So this time, unlike if you have joined us on some of our previous block of the months, well, we're going to be teaching you a block every month like we always do. But this time we have done a suggested quilt layout for how it might finish looking at the end. So we're just going to show you that.
Yeah, so this is one of them here. Like Kay said, it's just a suggestion, so it doesn't have to be followed. But it is based on uniform block sizes, which are all going to be 12 inches finished. And that means, as it is on the screen here, it would finish up around 75 inches square. So a nice cosy quilt to snuggle beneath. It could be larger than that as well, with other borders that we're going to get to later in the programme. So lots of options. That's one colourway, and just to show you again, it can look quite different as well. So slightly inspired by like a parterre garden with lots of skills in there, which we're going to get to later.
Yeah. But if you've attended any of our previous block of the months, then what you will know is that what we'd really want to do is to give you enough scope so that you add your own personality and things that you want to bring to your quilt. So we don't all end up with exactly the same quilt. I mean, more often than not, they're very, very different. We've given you a suggested layout if you want one, but there will absolutely be room for you to freestyle it as much as you want within the boundaries of what we teach you as well, because that's what we want. We want your personality and your influences to come to your quilt so that it's as much about you as it can possibly be, because that's what we love, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even for starters there, people are already chatting about the favourite flowers, and nobody's saying the same thing, because you're all from different places with different memories and landscapes and all those kind of things. And equally, if you do not want to follow a single bit of that layout and completely freestyle, you will know that they're always very low pressure, these bombs, and we will be there as your teachers and guides to support you in any way that we can for you to get to the end result of something that you're happy with. Yeah,
and there'll be plenty of space for you to bring those personality, those choices to it. And we're going to talk you through a bit more of the programme later on today in this hour, so you'll get a little bit more of an idea about what we're doing as well. But yeah, plenty of space for you to just be yourselves. That's what we want.
Yes, so we're not going to tell you about specific fabrics to buy. We know that lots of quilters already have a bit of a stash, but what we do is we have a prep video every month, don't we?
Yeah.
And that goes out 2 weeks before the live session, and that tells you exactly what you need for that month's block, if there's any particular additional tools and notions and that kind of things.
Yeah, we're going to give you some specific quantities though, because as you could see with those quilt designs that we've done, there are kind of two main fabrics if you want to kind of go along with that. So we will give you some fabric quantities for that if you want to. If you like that idea of keeping it a bit consistent, you might not at all. You might want to just see what happens.
Yeah, and we don't assume also that you do have a huge stash. We know already from people that have signed up and some messages that we've got that people are quite new to quilting, and we've been there and done that as well, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely.
So we're not relying on that. But yeah, you can, if you do have some fabrics, what we would say is you can try and that's a hard word to say, refamiliarise yourself with them before the first session, i.e. just have a little look in your cupboards, like as are all behind us here, get out nice fabrics and stroke them. That's not a terrible task or homework, is it? But like lots of people are drawn to buying floral fabrics because you love flowers, but if you haven't seen them for a while or bought them for a specific purpose, there might be, well, I found a few nice surprises already.
They might be hidden somewhere and you might have things. Yeah, so, but don't worry just yet about buying things. We will come to all that. And we just want to say, like, don't overthink it at this point. we'll guide you through every step of the way. When you need stuff, we'll let you know. So don't feel like you need to go off and, like Jenni says, and buy a lot of fabric at this point. You really don't.
No, and you don't have to be totally limited to quilting cotton either. You'll see that some of the antique quilts that we take a look at, floral quilts, might use heavier fabrics.
Yeah.
We see ones in lighter silks and things, don't we?
Definitely.
So keep your mind open.
Yeah, exactly.
So a Quiltfolk Block of the Month is unlike any other. Hopefully you're starting to get that vibe as you're watching. There are all, well, for one thing, you get a right nice welcome gift, which we'll show you a slide of now. So you get a lovely spiral bound notebook where you can write all about the experience, things that you learn along the way, sketch inspiration. That the lovely flower there is a sticker. You could put that on your sewing machine whilst you're sewing along. And then the pencil is a really lovely black wing pencil. So they're what lots of famous illustrators and people and writers have used in the past, haven't they? Yeah. And it comes with a little rubber that you can, eraser that you can like fill at the end, refill, can't you?
Yeah,
so it's quite
nice.
swishy.
They're very nice. And Quiltfolk has told us that they're hoping to start shipping those by the end of next week. So if you've already signed up, then it won't be long before your welcome gift will be on its way to you. Obviously there's still time to sign up, and we will come to that later on as well.
Yes.
And also then there's a graduation gift to look forward to. So at the end, we always have a little graduation gift as well, don't we, when we get to the end of our 9-month journey. So that's another little goodie to look forward to.
Yes, so why did we choose a botanical bomb? Well, I think we love our block of the months to be multi-dimensional, which means we can teach you lots of different skills, spark different conversations, swoon over fabric, and challenge people to think a little bit differently. What's really nice is having that luxury of 9 months to hang out with you guys, and so you can really develop it. It's more fun. It's really fun to create, isn't it? Because you've got that time to play and delve into lots of different areas. But the actual original seed of the idea, there's going to be lots of...
see what you did there.
There's going to be lots of botanical puns. It actually came from Mike McCormack, didn't it? Who's the founder of Quiltfolk.
Yeah, he thought botanicals was a great thing, didn't he? And as Kay Fassett said, I'm going to read this, flowers have been a focus in my work for nearly as long as I can remember. They are a fragile, ephemeral element that seems born to delight us and help us realise that there is more to life than mere survival. Very true. Yeah,
and Cape's got a rose named after him, hasn't he?
He has a Cape Fassett rose, yeah.
And I guess really, whether you have a garden or outdoor space or anything, that doesn't matter, does it? Like humans are still always drawn to flowers and plants. They've been adorning fabrics, our homes, furnishing, clothes, everything, haven't they, for centuries when you look back. And there are also some very special floral quilts that captured our hearts that we get to share with you. So for us, there was particularly a few that we saw years ago, and we were like, we've got to do something with them one day. So this is our nice opportunity.
Yeah, in our last block of the month, which was Quilt the Decades, like Jenni said earlier, we had the brilliant expertise of the International Quilt Museum in Nebraska. They were with us every month. And this time we're a bit closer to home, well, close to home for us, because we're going to be looking at lots of quilts that we love with the Quilters Guild of the British Isles, which is in York in the north of England. So we get to delve into some of their archive, don't we, and see some beautiful quilts there.
And in Quilt the Decades, we did a thing for the first time, was that as we moved each decade, we had a playlist. So just a playlist anyone could listen to, which we host on Spotify. And we were talking about, people liked that so long too. So we won't be changing it every month this time, but we are going to have a botanical themed Spotify list. So we need your help now, whilst you're online with us today and after, and once the programme begins. If you can think of any flower related songs that you like, obviously, or that you think other people would enjoy listening to, then let us know, and then we can start putting that together. There's a few obvious ones like flowers in your hair and things that you know.
into your mind.
But even if it's a little bit tenuous, and often it might be the name, it might be more about the person, but they've got a flowery name or something like
It's
that.
bound to be Rose somebody. Or
Lovey and Rose.
Lovey and Rose. Where? Right, okay, yeah, you can let us know. We're going to start off now by meeting some of our special guests. We've got a little film to play for you. We are super excited that Kate and Brandon have agreed to be part of our Botanical block of the month, and we've been here filming all day. We've learned so much. Can you even remember what we're going to talk about?
Well, I think just even being in their home and seeing how flowers are a part of their daily lives and have been for a long time is fascinating. But we've had, first of all, we sat down with Keith this morning and talked about how he thinks about colour, different palettes. And when he's starting a project, we saw him rummaging through a big basket of scraps, giving all his tips about putting things together, taking them away, what to look out for, where you might get caught out, all those kind of things. That was really interesting for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can we continue that conversation as well with Brandon? Again, how his prints, some of them are different, more geometric. Again, how he thinks about colour and how you might bring different things into your quilt to complement maybe all those botanicals and florals that we're going to want to put in. We've talked about borders, binding.
Yeah, fussy cutting flowers in interesting and dynamic ways, how that works. What about the centrepiece of the quilt that we're going to be making together? They worked up together on the design board, something that they thought was fun, didn't they, and changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was fascinating.
And we've looked at quilts, we've looked at some of the quilts from the Bold Blooms book. So there's going to be lots and lots we're going to be sharing over the coming 9 months. So we're very excited.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this one, I don't think. So, we're very lucky that the design duo Kay Fassett and Brandon Mabley live in the UK for starters, so we can hop to see them. And very well known duo, part of the Kay Fassett collective with Philip Jacobs as well, but so well known for their colourful designs and amazing prints, so many gorgeous flowers.
Yeah, they're dedicated, aren't they, to brightening up our world of textiles with their designs. Kate's written many, many books in his very long and illustrious career, lots of quilting books, and this is one that we particularly love called Bold Blooms. It's a celebration of pattern and colour, and it's inspired obviously all by the natural beauty of flowers. And we know some of you, if you have signed up already, might have ordered this. It is available. There's still some left on the Quiltfolk website if you fancy getting a copy. You absolutely don't need it. Someone sent a question earlier asking whether this was like a course book or something, or if you needed it. You absolutely don't need it, but it's just a beautiful book that we love, and it's got lots of gorgeous flower quilts in it.
Yeah,
so if you
and another
fancy
thing
it,
that kind of planted the seed for this
Yeah.
bomb with us, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's been on the shelf in the studio and it comes out quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it's always a real joy to read, so
Yeah.
really lovely. But when we actually went to see them and do some filming, then they had an extra little surprise and a special giveaway, which they're going to explain to you now.
Since our theme is flowers, the wonderful prize is going to be Seed Packet, which is all of my large-scale fabrics in the Cave Collective. So that's Brandon's and mine and Philip Jacobs, are fussy cut. And this is a fantastic kit where you get the fabrics with the nice big blossoms on it to fussy cut. So if you want a feast of fussy cutting, you get it with this wonderful prize.
So to be in with a chance to win this magnificent kit, which is no longer available, so it's makes it even more special. You have to sign up and be an active participant in the block of the month.
So it was exceptionally kind of Kay and Brandon. When we got to the house, they were like, would you like to give this to one of the Quiltfolk students on the Botanical bomb? The in the little film there, the quilt that you saw at the end is an older version, but it's that similar vibe. So there's a lot of fabric in there and a lot to fussy cut and enjoy and marvel at. So yeah, very, very kind. What do people have to do, Kay?
Okay, so to be in a chance with winning, and we've got a few more giveaways to show you as well, but to be in with a chance of winning, you just have to be signed up for the block of the month. So everybody that is signed up by the end of tomorrow, so that's Sunday, I've no idea what, 22nd of March, tomorrow, by the end of Sunday, if you're signed up, you will be in the draw, and then Quiltfolk will pick out some random winners for all of the different giveaways that we've got. So you just need to be signed up, and then you don't need to do anything else. So anyone that's signed up is in with a chance of winning.
Yeah, and also the reason that we're hosting this today live and on YouTube is because it can be watched by anybody and it's free. It's not behind the paywall for members only. So if you sat there thinking that some of your friends or family, anyone who wants to, you know, maybe join in a block of the month, then you can encourage them to watch this film, and they can equally, if they sign up, they can join the giveaways too.
Absolutely, yeah. And this,
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. So yeah, once we've finished here the live, it will still be available to watch on YouTube at any time. So yeah.
And you can normally just click a link and share it with people on their phone and things, can't you, as well? It's super handy. So who else? We've got Kay from Brandon and Penny Jeffries.
Yeah, so Penny is a textile designer and a screen printer. She draws, she draws lots of pattern, colour, and all about the fluidity of nature, and she produces unique hand-drawn and hand-printed fabrics and art prints.
Yeah, what's really exciting news for Penny is that in collaboration with Free Spirit Fabrics, she's just brought out her first collection, which is called Blossom and Song. And it's a beautiful collection. It's very expressive, lots of botanical prints inspired by the natural world. We've known Penny for quite a lot of years, and interestingly, at one point she worked in the studio with Kay from Brandon a few years ago when she was very young.
Yeah.
And she's always come to Festival of Quilts in Birmingham, and we've chatted to her. We had to encourage her to bring her designs to show us. We bought some fabric, screen printed fabric from her quite a few years ago, didn't we? And I made this nice jacket. So this is Penny Jeffries' original screen printed fabric.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And she's very kindly sent us a special signed print that's also part of the giveaway.
Yes, gorgeous.
So she loves budgerigar birds, doesn't she? And then a beautiful big rose or peony.
Yeah, maybe a peony actually, yeah.
And yeah, well, we're going to Penny's studio during the block of the month, and we're going to discover lots more about her talents, aren't we?
We are, definitely, but that's a gorgeous print that you could win as well. And then our
I'll put it back on the set.
Okay. Although we can't keep it, I'm afraid, Jenny. We have to give it away.
I've got a penny chameleon in my bedroom.
Yes, yeah, they're all beautiful. We'll share our website and everything as we go through the block of the month as well. You'll be able to take a look. And then our other special guest that we've got is Sarah Campbell. So Sarah is an internationally acclaimed textile designer and pattern painter, the author of numerous books, and a mentor and tutor through workshops and her work with textile graduates.
Sarah is also a Free Spirit designer, and she's got a gorgeous new collection of fabrics called Joyful, which hopefully you can take a little look at here. So lots of florals,
beautiful
in the mix there, and a collection from really decorative paisleys to very live flashes of colour like that as well. I think there might be some polka dots I'm feeling in this block of the month as well.
But the giveaway from Sarah is this book, which is called Hand Painted Textiles. It's absolutely beautiful, and that's what we're going to be learning with her. We'll come to that a bit more later, but you can also be in with a chance of winning this book. So we've got the seed packet quilt from Kay and Brandon, that kit. We've got Sarah's book, and we've got Penny's print. All, you can be in a chance with winning any of those if you sign up.
So we've got a 9-month programme, because today obviously is just the welcome party, and then we start officially in April. And what we're going to do now is just read some notes and tell you a little bit more detail about the programme as well. So month 1, April, we're calling it Planting the Seeds of Creativity. and we're going to be taking our big inspiration, as Kay mentioned earlier, on a trip to study some of our favourite botanical quilts in the world, I will say, at the Quilters Guild of the British Isles in York, some of which you've seen in parts of the graphics that we've shared as part of the promotion and in the little trailer video as well.
Yeah, we're also going to be chatting with Kath and Brandon and talking all things colour inspiration. So you might want to then start thinking about your own colour palette for your quilt. They've got some great tips and tricks, and just thinking about colours and what might go together. They're really well known, aren't they, for like their colour and helping people to pick colours. So we've kind of tried to pick their brains a lot, didn't we, about different how you think about colours and bringing them all together. But we would say as well, it's often, and we say this as we go through the programme often, it's often just worth watching what we discuss and what we teach each month before even you think about the fabrics that you want to then use. And I'd say especially in that first month, maybe just wait. Don't, like we've already said, you don't have to go and rush off and buy a load of fabrics, because you might want to think about what your colour palette might be as you go through. So if you wait until we've had all of that inspiration about colour, you might then have more of an idea about what you will want to use. So there's no rush, is there, ever, for any of this, because you'll always, again, you'll find out if you do sign up, everything that we teach you can watch again and again and again. That it will always be, it'll be there for as long as you want. So
Lifetime access.
Lifetime access. So there's plenty of time. There's no rush on anything.
So month 2 we've called a firm foundation, and our quilt design, if you choose to work from that, is a frame style. So we'll be working on the quilt centre, sewing a gentle curve and looking at fussy cutting again with Kath and Brandon, and starting to learn different applique techniques. You're going to have to get used to us calling it applique, not applique, because we're northern.
We've confused many people, I think, over the years with that, haven't we? Jenny mentioned curves there, but we're going to be gentle with you. They're just small curves to start off with, and there aren't many. So if you're a beginner to quilting, please don't worry, and we will take you through it step by step, and all of the tutorials are there, like we said, for lifetime. So and also we kind of want to say don't worry, because a lot of this will quite possibly end up with lots of beautiful fussy cut flowers on top, so we don't want you to stress about getting everything perfect. And
yeah, it's going to be a good quilt for that, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
put a flower on top.
Yeah, stick a flower on. What did it used to be? Stick a bird on it, stick a flower on it. You could have some birds as well. Month 3 we're going to hop into the great outdoors, because it's going to be June and we're going to be going on a field trip for inspiration. We've just got confirmation of the location. We're not going to share it with you yet this week, but it's a good one.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing some English paper piecing, which is perfect, again, portable for doing, especially in those summer months. It's nice sometimes to have a project that you can take out and about with you. And we know lots of people get busy with their own gardens, and lots of you we know love your flowers in your garden. So we want to have something that you can maybe take out and about with you for that summertime.
Month 4 we're going to explore new creative pathways. So we're going to be joining internationally acclaimed textile designer Sarah Campbell from her London studio for a beginner-friendly delve into hand painting elements for your finished quilt, and celebrating her colourful career of over 70 years in pattern. So we know that she's a fantastic teacher and making it all of this very accessible, because it's quite a new thing for us as well. So we'll be with you on that one, won't we?
Yeah, she's well known for teaching all the painting techniques and teaching to a lot of beginners, so it won't be intimidated at all. And equally, you might end up making something or doing a practice painting on fabric and not even using it in your final quilt, and that will be fine. Or you might just want to cut up an element of it and put it in a block, and we'll talk about all of that, or maybe use it in a border or something. So again, not to worry, it's not going to be intimidating. You don't have to be Van Gogh, do you?
No, and the final quilt design won't rely on it. So these are all, often there'll be something that really strikes your imagination, sparks that, and that, it'll be different for all students, won't it? That's why it's lovely. There's a broad range of skills. So keep an open mind, I think we always say as well, don't we?
Yeah. Month 5 is Homegrown Delights, and we're going to get curious in an English garden with some stitching and gathering as our quilt top continues to grow and flourish.
And then in month 6, we've called that A Touch of Whimsy, and that's when we're going to be travelling to southern England, and it really is about as far as you can get almost, isn't it? To meet Penny Jeffries, and like I said, we've admired for a long time, so for us to go and see where she actually works and does her printing and her stitching is going to be fun.
Definitely. We want to embrace that fun and playfulness she brings into her own designs. We're going to look at all her latest fabrics that she's been designing up close, and we think, you know, because her designs to us, they add that touch of whimsy, don't they? They're just so beautiful, and we think you'll absolutely love them. And she's going to be showing us also some of her magic tricks of how she does needle turn applique, so that'll be good.
Yeah, and we get to see her wedding dress, which is very quilty and has her fabrics in it, and was made with Philippa Naylor, the incredible quilter who was she was a guest back in Patchwork and Prose, wasn't she? So.
Yeah, brilliant. Month 7 is the amazing symmetry of nature. We're looking at making blocks on point and quilt symmetry with borders and the positioning of your blocks. If you know, we're thinking about maybe getting to that point. We're getting more tips from Kay and Brandon about borders. They had some really good tips, didn't they? And like keeping your quilt playful and all those kind of things. So yeah, lots more to come there.
Month 8, so it'll be November at this point. Time will fly.
It will.
We've called this coming into focus. So, what new creative discoveries do you find when you zoom in close to the natural world?
Yeah, so we're looking at the joy of little details of flowers and critters and foliage and things like that. We're going to be doing a mini embroidery masterclass so that you can start to add little tips, little tiny little things maybe if you want to, in addition to everything else that you've already been learning. We know that embroidery is perfect for floral quilts, isn't it? And you can just add, maybe you might want to just fill some gaps. Again, it will be for you to do whatever you want with.
And talking about different scales of prints as we go throughout the programme, like if you've got small ditty prints that you've picked up, you know, how can they be used the best, as well as backgrounds and fillers and that kind of a thing. And there's another, in the trailer you might have seen it, another amazing quilt that we've seen at the Guild with some gorgeous embroidery that's going to be inspiration, and Kay is really good at embroidery, so you're in very capable hands.
We like to spread the joy, hopefully. And then month 9, or we'll be in December, reaping the rewards. So hopefully your quilt top will now mirror the beauty of the natural world, and we can start to add another final flourish or two. And whilst we're celebrating the end of coming to this creative journey, which I can't believe we're already saying because we're not started yet, but there's lots to get through before then.
Yeah, and we'll be having a look at a little bit of trapunto as well. We've seen a little bit of that on the research we've done so far, something we haven't done before, and don't forget that graduation gift as well, and a nice roundup and a party.
Yeah, celebration always at the end, isn't it? So what skills are we going to be covering whilst we go through this programme? Well, lots of fussy cutting of different flowers, English paper piecing,
embroidery, sewing curves.
We'll be doing some foundation paper piecing and different types of applique, so needle turn and raw edge as well.
We are going to be doing some Dresden blocks and have some hand painted elements.
Yeah, lots more. So we're not giving you everything here today. We like to keep some surprises, don't we? And we don't want to hone in on one technique. I think that's what we want to kind of get across today, is again, unlike some other block of the months where you might be just focusing on one thing, one technique, which is fine if that's what you fancy doing. But what we want to do is teach lots of different things, show you different techniques so that you can have a go at different things, and then like Jenny said, you'll probably find something that you either love or maybe that you don't. and
I think that's so important, because I think sometimes you don't know till you try. And I think the worst thing for quilters is if you get in a bit of stuck in a little bit of a rut, isn't it? And you don't feel like you're challenging yourself, because I think there's so many creative possibilities, there's so many quilts to inspire us out there, and the more kind of tools you've got in your kit bag, I think is lovely, because then when you see something that inspires you, you've got lots of different options of how you think you can bring those to life, and that's what we want to teach you is, you know, you can take botanicals as a theme, but there's a heck of a lot that you can do with that, isn't there?
Yeah, and we get on all of our block of the months, we get a range of abilities of people. So some people might never have sewn before, and that's absolutely fine. And we know some of you are very, very experienced and wonderful quilters already, but we hope we're always going to bring you something that might be a bit different, or that you might not have thought about, or just that you can take part and enjoy and run with it and do whatever you want. And we love that as well. We like to try and push people out of their comfort zones a little bit, like Jenny said, and just not get stuck. So,
and I guess we're going to be pushing ourselves out of
Yeah.
our comfort zone as
Yeah.
your teachers, which is lovely when we can bring in special guests. We already, like we showed in that little film, we learned a lot from being back with Kate and Brandon. The more you can observe, and we can soak up things, we can share them with you. But like with Sarah Campbell, yeah, we've talked about doing one of her courses for a lot of years and haven't done it. So to have her on board as a special teacher
Yeah.
is going to be great. And we love Penny's fabrics, but we don't really, you know, and she's printed a lot of her own things over the years, hasn't she?
Yes.
But how do you get from having those ideas in your head to getting them down on a fabric that could work in a quilt?
Yeah.
It's all interesting,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah. And we, you know, the joy of having you here with us for 9 months is that we can be playful and we can learn together and just take that time. And yeah, that's what we like about these programmes, isn't it?
Yeah. They're good fun. We can't wait to get started. We've had a few months off, haven't we,
Yeah.
since the decade's finished in December, so now we're getting ready. So what we're going to do is give you a little look at the hub, so that whether you've signed up or not, you kind of understand a little bit more about the logistics. So if you go to the Quiltfolk homepage on the internet, then you'll see a tab there on the top that says online education, and if you click down on that into attendee hubs, so you don't have to go to block of the month, you do if you haven't signed up yet and you want to, but actually to access the hub you go into the attendee hubs, and then right at the top there you'll see 2026 block of the month. So that's where you click visit attendee hub just underneath, and then you may then at that point just have to enter your credentials, because like we say, this is, you know, secure content. And then once you signed in, this is what you'll see. So there's a welcome video, the trailer there on the right hand side, and it tells you a little bit about that you're in the right spot essentially. And what you want to do is then move down, and you'll see that there's a list of tabs on the left hand side. And there is also right in front of you, each time you go into that hub, the monthly schedule and the dates and times of the meetings. So that's really important. You can make a note of those in your diary. And then when you go over to the side there, then the down from the schedule is the basic kit list. And if you click on that there, then like if you're quite new to quilting, then they're the essentials really to be able to work on this programme. So nothing that should be too surprising or unfamiliar to you there. And then if you go back up, there is the welcome party. So if you'd have clicked on that before today, then that's another way to get into the session that we're hosting at the moment. And that will change once we're in the programme, that there'll be links to join the live sessions each month there. That lovely graphic there, I'm in, you can always go in and download and share with all your friends to tell them that you're part of this programme as well, and build a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, so the live session tab next down, there will be a link there, like Jenny said, every month then for you to click on to take you through to the live session when we come to it. And then there's going to be another set of tabs that you can't see as of yet because we haven't started, but underneath that there will be a separate tab for every single month. And when you click on that, you'll be able to then see everything that you need for that month and be able to go back and watch the video as many times as you want. So there will be one for month 1 obviously coming up, and then we'll just add to that every time. And then there's another tab for the Facebook group, and we would highly recommend you joining if you have got a Facebook account or you might want to make one, because those Facebook groups are so welcoming and helpful and encouraging for you to share what you're making and just get a bit of advice and be with all the other people.
Next down, we've got the goodies tab. And if you click on that, as we go along the programme, when we've met special guests, if there's any other products that we really want to highlight to you, then you can go and find them in there. So at the moment, there's Kay Fassett's book. Quiltfolk did have just a few copies left. If not, then it's out in the world elsewhere to find. But you can keep an eye on that goodies tab because other things do appear in there as well.
And then if you're not in the Facebook group, you can share your work with us by clicking on there, and there will be a gallery where you can also upload any of your images of anything that you've made if you don't want to share in the Facebook group.
And then questions, if you click on that, then at any point during the programme you can ask a question in there, and that will come through to me and Kay, and we'll get back to you essentially. So we're always on hand. Your classmates are on hand in the Facebook group, or you can go into the gallery that develops as the programme goes along, where there's images of what other people are making. So, you know, you don't have to be on social media if you don't want to. You can still access that. And actually in each of the monthly sessions, we always play in a gallery of students' work and talk about what everybody's up to and how everybody's work is progressing. And that's always a really nice part of it as well, isn't there? So you go to the hub. You also get always email reminders from Quiltfolk when the next live session is coming up, when the next prep video is there for you to watch and everything. So we think the whole system works pretty well. And what's lovely is we get people from all over the world, and people seem to make firm friends, because during the live sessions, when we host them, there's the chat sidebar, and those that want to can chat as well and interact when we're teaching and ask questions. So, you know, we're there for you as well in those sessions. So it's not just on demand in that sense. It's, you know, it's live, and I think that's what makes it exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. So just to reiterate, because you couldn't see it in the hub, the bit that will be really, really helpful is that we will, once you've got the monthly tab there, there'll be a prep video. So 2 weeks before the live session, we'll tell you if there's anything specific you need. So if there's any specific fabrics that you might want to think about getting, if there are any tools, notions, like we've said, that will be there. So you'll get that 2 weeks before the live session, and then there'll be all of the details about what's happened. And then if we've got a special guest, we always share all of their information, don't we? Their website, if they've talked about anything in particular. So it's the place you're going to keep going back to, isn't it? Because we end up talking about the hub a lot, don't we? And I think it confuses people sometimes. But it's basically just the place you're going to keep going back to for all the information that you need as we move through this programme, if you decide to join us. So, I think I'm just going to flick through and see if there are any questions. If you've got any questions, you can put them in the chat, and we can see we've had lots of brilliant suggestions about songs.
Oh, good.
So thank you for that.
We'll start building that
Wildflowers, Tom Petty, there's lots of things. Tiptoe Through the Tulips, which was one we thought about. Lots of rose things. I think there's going to be all kinds of things with roses.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah. You Don't Bring Me Flowers. Yeah, we thought about that. Oh, Blooming Heather. Oh, Kate Rusby. Oh, yeah, another Yorkshire lass. Someone said, yeah, that's true. Or anything by the Hothouse Flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so it could be band as well as name of. So thank you for that. Will we learn about the quilt behind you in the ads and in the hub? Yes, that's something that we filmed at the Quilters Guild of the British Isles. So yes, absolutely. Any of the quilts that you've seen pop up, either in the trailer or on the Facebook ads or whatever, we will be finding out about all of those quilts. We haven't used anything, I don't think, have with us. So yes, you will find out about those definitely. There's some absolutely beautiful quilts that we see at the Quilters Guild, which unfortunately is not open to the public, is it?
No, but they do send a lot of their quilts out into the world, because actually a couple of those we first saw at Festival of Quilts in a gallery as well. Yeah. And you can make appointments, can't you, sometimes? And they have open days at York. If you're UK bound at any point, or if you're here already, then it's a good resource, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we can obviously give you more information. They've got a brilliant website though as well, that you can, if you wanted to already start getting some inspiration, you can look at their website. They've got, I think, pretty much all of their collection on the website, so you can go and have a look and see some beautiful quilts, but we're going to be seeing quite a lot of them in person, which is great. That was one question. Let me see if there's anything else.
I'm wondering, Kay, because
Yeah.
if you joined us for Quilt the Decades, we did dress up in costume appropriate to that decade each month, which I got slightly overly excited about. So, and I know I can do this. I've probably got enough flowery homemade outfits-ish.
Because you're a massive Liberty fan. Well, we both love Liberty.
Yeah, and like I wear a lot more prints than you.
Yeah,
so.
I tend to wear more solidy things sometimes. I do have quite a few flowery things, not as many as you.
Well, then maybe we have to have like headdresses or
flowers in our hair or
flowers
something.
in our hair. We could go out and see what we could. I could have got some lovely daffodils for today.
There are some absolutely stunning daffodils. Like you shared, didn't you, yesterday after we'd been on a beautiful walk? There were just so many beautiful daffodils. Yeah, it's that lovely time of year. It's so nice that spring is back, isn't it? Yeah. We've had a long, rainy, dark winter in the UK, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which seems to have gone on for about 5 months, but I'm not sure it has. I think someone might have been, because I can see someone's mentioned a Hoptimist, so I think they might be talking about the little. I need to move. Which way? There, the little kind of.
Yeah, bob. That light, and he bobs up and down. He's not lit up at the minute. I think he's run out of power. I got him when I went to Norway and saw them. The brand is they're called Hoptimus, and to bring a little joy into your life every day, because he kind of bobs around and lights up. Shall I just go through the giveaways again?
Yes,
people have joined
do you want
late?
to do that, and I can just keep checking if we've got any more questions?
Yeah.
So
anyone who is signed up by midnight Pacific time, Sunday the 22nd of March, i.e. tomorrow night, everyone's names will be put into the giveaway, and at Quiltfolk they will select the winners, and then we will let people know. So we're giving away a signed print by our special guest and free spirit designer Penny Jeffries, which is very, very lovely. We'll ship it off to wherever in the world for the lucky person. We've got Sarah Campbell's really beautiful edition of her book, which is hand-painted textiles. That's what we're going to be doing with Sarah during this block of the month, learning how to make our own and paint our own textiles, which is going to be super exciting. And again, the kit for that, it's not crazy, is it? She's very trying to keep it easy access. Yeah. And then Kate and Brandon have very kindly given this incredible seed packet quilt kit, which has got many fabrics from the Cave Collective in there to make the seed packet quilt, with lots of fussy cut blooms, but equally I'm sure there'll be some spares hopefully for this project as well in there. So those are all the special prizes.
Yep, so a question about when gathering fabrics, any suggestions on larger scale blenders or mixed ditzy prints? Yes, so as we're going through, and what we want to do is be able to show you how best to use all of those. So sometimes we'll be looking at the bigger ones and what you can do with those. Absolutely, when ditzy prints are good to use, and then medium sized ones as well. So yeah,
because we're going to be making some in those on point blocks. We're going to be doing some nice little montages, so you could fussy cut flowers from those if you don't want to, make your own and applique those. And then on the we've got kind of plans for all scale ones, because again, I think when we were looking at lots of different quilts and talking to Kate and Brandon, like you always want to keep your eye moving around a quilt. So I think it's always good to have those different scales of them.
Yes, so we'll talk about it more as we go through the programme. But the idea is that we will use all of those things, isn't it? So
and then other things like dots and stripes. You can't go wrong with fabrics like that. Other joyful fabrics, I think, that mix with flowers.
Yeah, someone's asking when the journals will be mailed. So Quiltfolk have said they're going to start sending them out by the end of the week. So if you're already signed up, they should be on the way very soon. And then if you do sign up equally, they will be on their way. So very shortly.
Sign-ups are going to be open pretty much until the first session in the middle of April. So obviously, if friends or family sign up right at the last minute, then it takes the time it takes just to ship the welcome gifts, but they're there ready and waiting as well. But if you have signed up already, then they'll be on the way from next week.
Yeah. Alison loves our jackets, thank you. And what patterns did we use? So this one is from a book that Jenni and I wrote called Menopause Makes, and that pattern is in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called the Cool Down Cover Up. It's super easy, French seams.
Yeah.
Inside,
nice.
Easy to...
No fastenings, so you don't have to worry about buttons or zips or anything.
And that's, I mean, it's a Cafe
wide back, isn't
wide
it?
back, quilt back, so it's a little bit satiny.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because I made it.
She
it's
made
just
this one,
pinched
I
it,
think.
basically.
And this was this a variation of the Victoria Blazer?
Yeah, this
which
is
I'm not
by-
sure you can get anymore, can you?
I think you can get it as a download. It's a
you?
lovely company called By Hand London. I probably made it a good 5 years ago. And they do like a longer, or it's quite a cropped version, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I slightly tweaked the collar. It's got nice little...
Yeah, this is always a nice
Turn
bit
back
on that
cuffs.
one, isn't it? Yeah, so there you go. What if I'm a complete beginner, Kathy says?
You'll be all right. We'll look after you.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not. There's nothing that we won't show you that won't be. And when what's great is when we film the tutorials here. Chris and James have got lots of wonderful camera angles, so you see it from all the details. We get up super close, and those tutorials are then available. We play them during the live sessions, but then you've got access to those all the time with some basic written instructions where needed as well. So you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, okay. And oh yes, so someone's asking about this. Yeah, it's Care Fabric, so we've said that. Didn't realise there was a Care Facet book for purchase listed. It's sold out. Okay, will there be more available? I'm not sure if Quiltfolk are getting more. So it's this book.
It's an older book. That's why it's
Yeah.
not. It's a past one. So they did get the stock from Abrams that they could get. But I think it's probably still out in the wider world, and we will ask them for sure.
Yeah, we'll let you know. But otherwise, I think if you just kind of do an internet search for it, you'll probably be able to find it available at other bookstores, online, etc. So it's called Bold Blooms. You don't need it, as we said, if you weren't here earlier. You absolutely don't need it. It's not a course book or textbook or anything like that. It's just a really nice one that we like. We like it for inspiration. It's a beautiful book to look at.
When you take the the jacket off, it has got a sweet. It would have been a good patchwork and prose one. That for those that did that block of the month.
So you don't need it, but you can get it obviously if you want. So someone's saying it is available online. Okay, I think that's all the questions.
Come back as a flower by Stevie Wonder. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long playlist.
There's going to be a good
but then you're going to have
playlist.
lots of sewing to do, so that's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's anything we haven't answered, and then as we showed you in the hub, you can message us through there, and we will get those questions, and we will always come back to you. Every question we get, every email we get, we will absolutely reply to. So if there's anything you think of or that you're worried about, then please just let us know and we will come back to you. And
if you're a regular and you're thinking, maybe some of your friends would enjoy it, then do get them to sign up this time, because I think I think everyone loves flowers, and there's I just think it's going to be lots of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
we're looking forward to getting out and about as well.
Need a bit of a nudge, don't they, to give things a try. And I think sometimes people get intimidated that they'll drop off and life will get in the way and everything. And that does sometimes happen, but I think because you've got all that access beyond that, like our Facebook groups from previous bombs are still super busy. People finishing off quilts that they started 2 years ago, 3 years ago. There isn't, there has to be a time limit in which we present it, just because that's the way we roll the programme out. But there's no end date as to when you've got to have these finished botanical quilts. And I think people are going to be able to bring so much individuality to it, aren't they? Because
definitely, because
it's a nice open scope, isn't it? Really,
yeah, absolutely. We can, and that's what we love so much. We always love seeing what you guys make with whatever we teach you, and then you run with it and do something that we would never even have thought of, and that's what's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can't wait to get started in April. very soon now. So if you've already signed up, thank you so much. We can't wait to see you there, and hopefully we've given you a bit of inspiration today and maybe given you a reason to sign up. So yeah, don't forget that you will all be in with a chance of winning those beautiful gifts. If you have signed up, we'll let people know the winners
Next week.
Shortly next week. And other than that, I think we're all good. So
Yeah, I
happy
hope you
World
get to do
Quilting
some
Day.
Happy World Quilting Day, whatever that means, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it, relax, maybe do a bit of sewing, or maybe not.
Whatever you fancy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you soon in April. Right, bye for now.
Bye.